Okay, we're at a point now where we have our DVR set up with our 3G dongle, have a camera connected, and what we want to do is want to remotely view it. So this is really where the advantages of buying a pre-configured DVR with a 3G dongle really comes into itself, because you're going to see how simple it is and how fast it is and how flexible it is in terms of what we can do. So let's just recap in terms of hardware what we have here. We have our DVR, and I'm just going to tilt this over so you can see. We have our dongle attached here, and the all-important blue light is on. And the importance of the blue light means we've good, strong signal here. We're able to get connection to, so that the DVR itself can be remotely viewable. Okay. Now you'll actually notice here we actually needed to use the antenna there, but not everybody is as close to a 3D mast as we're lucky to be here. Okay. So what we're going to do here now is I'm just going to come around to the front, and I'm going to demonstrate this on an Android box. Now we could use an iPhone, we could use an Android phone. Just for the demonstration here and for something slightly different, we said let's just come along here and we'll just have an Android device that we'd use for viewing and streaming TV and Netflix, all the rest of it. And we can come along and we can put our DVR, which is in our remote location, we can come along and we can view that directly on the TV. Okay, so here we go. So remember, when you're receiving your DVR, you'll also receive an information sheet that comes with it, and it will give you all the information in terms of how it's been configured, the host name to use, the port, the username, and also the password. So I've gone already, to make this a video as meaningful as possible, I've gone on to the Google Play Store, and after downloading, iWatch DVR2. Okay, so I'm just going to click on it to open it up. And the very first thing I'll do here is I'm just going to click on the new screen. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in the name. So I can actually allocate virtually any name I like here. So what I'm going to call it is Video Room Security. Okay? And the host name. Now this is going to have to be exactly as per the sheet that I described, the information sheet. And remember, the information that's on the sheet is particular to your DVR and nobody else's, because it'll be configured by us here at freetv.ie. So it's freetv 20, and then it's it's dot I minus DVR.net, and the port is the port that allows that's on the DVR that allows access out, and that's port 80. And then when we come along, the username here is going to be free TV20, and I'm just going to tab down, and when we come to the password here, it will be free TV20, and we'll just tab down further here, and that's all done now. So we can just out there. So what I can do there now, just one note I'm going to say is both the username and also the password there, we're just giving it by way of demonstration, but it'll be something that will be uniquely set up. So it won't be something that will be easily guessable. It'll be unique to you. So somebody else would say, the next person to buy a pre-configured DVR from us will have the host name FreeTV 21 or 22, 23, it'll be sequential there. So it's very important that the username and the password is something that is both memorable but also unique to the individual, okay? So what we do here is I'm just going to click Save. So now we come along and we can actually come and click on this. So we've set this up, and what we've given there is, this is where the DVR can be found on the net. That's where the DVR has been allocated a space, and what we want to do is click directly into it here. So it just comes along here, and in this particular scenario, the DVR, the camera, and this device here are close together, but in reality they could be on different parts of the planet because they're totally separate. This is connected onto the wider net via the 3G dongle, and this is provided, we'll say, typically in your home or something like that, directly onto your local router, and you're on that way. So we come along here. If we had 4 cameras, we could pull up the 4 of them here, but as you can see we've only 1 camera there, so it's almost pointless doing that. If I came along and tried to choose invalid choices like the 9, the 16, it won't click on because it knows it's only a 4-way DVR. In terms of the picture resolution, we could come along and we could go for, we have it by default because it's using less data on the low quality, but we could go for a high quality setting. Also, we'll say we could pre-configure this and we could use the speaker on and off, things like this. So we can actually both have a microphone where we're listening and also have a speaker where we can speak back out through the local device here. So that's very impressive as well in terms of like the DVR that we have on this has a huge number of functionality on it, and all of them are supported over the 3G system. So if we come along here and search, if we had, we'll say, a hard drive built into it here, we could come along and we could actually go and we could search back. So if there's some type of incident we want to go, we can look back and see a previous thing. Now, on the DVRs that we're selling, the pre-configured ones, we don't even fit a hard drive. We give an option where you can have them added on, things like that. But most people aren't. It's normally, we'll say, people who are just trying to see something. If some event is triggered, or if they want to just log in, they can just go on and view it live. But it is an option that's there. And when we go into the control section here, we can see here, we can click on PTZ. So just say we had the camera, instead of a very standard camera like we have set up here, if we had a much better camera, we'll say a PTZ, we can actually go in there and we can come along and we could be controlling that camera, we could zooming it around, we could do the various different things. And once again, instead of just doing it on phone, which would be possible, using a device like this, we could do it directly onto a large television screen where we're really getting the full benefit of being able to zoom right in. We could go for the relay here, and this relay is important to us because if I click on relay here, we could come along and we could set the relay to, we'll say 1, 3, 5 seconds here, and we can set it for this one here. And what will happen here is, if on the back of the DVR we had it set up that will say something has happened, we've looked at our camera and we see there's somebody at our gates, we can actually send a signal over the relay here via the DVR to actually send a 3-second pulse to the gate to say, send a signal to tell that gate to open up, or some other such device like that. So once again, it's given a lot of flexibility. I'm just going to hit the back button here now and come back along. And if we're checking the status here, we can just see, actually I just clicked there, but what we could see at that point is we could actually just pull up the 4 cameras again. I just log back in here now to do the whole thing. But you can see there, we'll say, from the start of that video, to download, once we have the app downloaded, to actually setting up the device to be able to come along and configure it in such a way that you've got remote access to a device. Remember, that isn't hardwired to a router, it's just purely depending on the 3G dongle that is displayed, how quick and easy it is, how flexible it is in terms of the features, all the rest of it. And that's really why it's such a brilliant kit that we've developed here, because we've taken all of the real mental strain out of it. We have something that works extremely well, it's pre-configured, and it's the type of thing in terms of 3G coverage that we have here in Ireland, the UK, etc. It's something that will work almost universally. So it's a really great solution, and it's just part of the wider range of CCTV equipment that's available on freetv.ie.